So much so that Nikki Noah, when she got here this morning, was telling you that story about how she wanted to be on the big stage and got on the big stage, and how she got that message from the jealousy she felt from her friend Christine, and how that jealousy was transformed into something beautiful. This is the Christine she was talking about. Christine Gutierrez is a Latina spiritual therapist and the founder of Diosa Tribe, and I want you all to give her a huge warm welcome.
Hello everyone, how are you? I guess you guys can all hear me?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So we're going to start off with a meditation just to kind of pull our energy together and ground us. So as the music comes on, if you're sitting, just find yourself in a comfortable position. If you're sitting, just get into what I call mindful body. Yes. And mindful body is basically when you're sitting up nice and straight, not slouchy, somewhere comfortably in between. Allow yourself to come into this present moment right here, right now. Inhaling in from the bottom of your feet. Allowing the breath to rise to the top of your crown. And exhaling it out. Allowing the music to become part of your breath. Inhaling in. And exhaling it out. And let's really imagine all of our energies coming in together, combining all the beautiful love and sisterhood that we've created this week together. With our breath, we create connection and power. We create oneness. Inhaling in. Hold, 1, 2, 3, exhale it out with a sigh. Allowing the breath to become like a dance, massaging your throat. And this dance happens internally. Exhaling it out. We call ourselves back from all time and all places. We call ourselves back from all time and all places. We call ourselves back from all time and all places. We are here now. For however far away we have strayed, we come back home to ourselves today. We come back home to ourselves today. We come back home to ourselves today. We open our hearts to the messages that are here for us. We open ourselves to heal deep, to be inspired and to inspire. We open this talk with an energy of love, of sisterhood, of soul connection, and of tapping into the feminine wisdom within. Take another deep breath in, inhaling in all of this goodness. Holding at the top and letting it out. And one more time, smiling as you inhale and exhaling it out. How beautiful. And with this, I say, welcome, Diosas. You can slowly open your eyes and come back into the room. Welcome.
Yeah.
There's something so beautiful that happens when we breathe together and when we feel that connection just with our breath. So when I was thinking about what to speak on, what came to me was speak on coming home to yourself. Speak on how women can come home to ourselves. And remembering our feminine wisdom within ourselves. So when I say home, what comes up for you? Let's just, a couple of people in the audience, what comes up? Home.
Ours, my actual home.
Your actual home.
My mom.
Mom. Love.
Warmth.
Okay. What else?
Warmth.
Warmth. Okay. So perhaps memories of the actual physical home come up. Perhaps memories of a home filled with love and laughter. Perhaps memories of a home filled with trauma and pain. Perhaps a unique blend of both love and trauma, similar to what I had. Maybe it's the physical home that comes and pops into your mind. But regardless of anything, there is something deeper that exists within us, which is our soul home. And that's what we're going to talk about today. One of my favorite authors, who considers herself a cantadora, a storyteller, Clarissa Pinkola Estes, says this on what home means to her. Home is where a thought or feeling can be sustained instead of being interrupted or torn away from us because something else is demanding our time and attention. Home is a sustained mood or sense that allows us to experience feelings not necessarily in the mundane world. Wonder, vision, peace. And I just love that, the sustained sense that allows us to experience feelings like wonder, vision, peace. So this soul home that I speak of today, this soul home exists within us. It's the place of peace, it's the place of power, it's the place of connection. It's the place that we can go to whenever we feel scared. We don't need to have had the perfect family or the perfect life. And this is my favorite thing about the soul home, is that no matter what you've gone through, there's this internal space that exists that allows you to come home to yourself, that allows you to connect with that power and that presence of oneness, of tranquility, of peace, of purpose. And from that space is where our feminine wisdom lives. And, for me, my soul home is my place of power. My soul home is like my compass. It's the place that I can retreat. It's the place that I get all my inspiration. It's the place that I get that gut feeling from that we all have, and especially as women that we have. But sometimes things happen along the way that disconnect us from our soul home, and thus from ourselves and from our feminine wisdom. The opposite of coming home to ourselves is abandoning ourselves. And I'm going to repeat that. The opposite of coming home to ourselves is abandoning ourselves. And thus, from ourselves, we abandon the voice of our soul, and we abandon our feminine wisdom. And I had lived much of my life abandoning myself. I had been running from myself. You see, I looked for any way possible to leave my body because my body felt too scary to be in. Too much abuse, too much fear, too many feelings. So instead, I opted out. I tried everything I could to numb and run. Men, drinking, sex, avoiding feelings in any way possible. The concept of being home in myself was foreign. I was on a mission to fill my God-sized hole with anything, no matter how toxic. I remember being on my phone and looking just to get a hit of love. Is there an A, Adam? Is there a B, Brian? I didn't care because I was so lonely and scared to just be with myself, to just feel the uncomfortable feelings that were arising in that moment when your head hits the pillow and you're just with you. And so instead of feeling it, I ran from it. I felt so scared, and in an attempt to escape my suffering, I looked for temporary comfort in the arms of men that didn't deserve me. I was like a drug addict on a mission for drugs, but instead my drug was toxic love. I didn't care that he wasn't for me. I didn't care that he wasn't for my spirit. I just wanted to fill the void now. And the saddest part of it all was that I was just broken. And my spirit was crushed, and I was ignoring my soul voice. I was ignoring the call that my soul was trying so desperately to whisper to me, to sometimes scream at me. And I was too busy running, so I couldn't hear that internal voice. I couldn't hear the guidance that was just begging for my attention. But in the end, even with all the running, I was still in myself. Because you see, as much as we run from ourselves, we're still in ourselves. So what happens is that we stay in ourselves except that we are broken and that we're filling the void with this darkness. So we really can't escape anyway, right? And I was trapped in the vessel that was me. It was dark and lonely. I had disconnected from my soul, I had disconnected from myself, and I had disconnected from my power as a woman. I had forgotten the truth of who I was. I had forgotten the power that resided within me. I had forgotten that magic lived in my bones. I had forgotten that my ancestors prayed for me. I disconnected. Perhaps you can relate. Perhaps you can relate to the feeling of wanting to escape yourself and abandon yourself. Looking for love in all the wrong places, or looking to fill the void with food or toxic men or sex or anything that distracts you from being with you. Or even worse, just feeling numb to it all. You know, we often think of self-sabotage in ways of something that's actionable, like going into that bad relationship or doing the thing that disconnects you. But it can also be just being numb to it all. And that's the worst thing, is being numb like a zombie. And people think that you're functioning, but you're really not. So you're going about your day, and you're walking, and you're talking, and you're doing all the things like a normal person does, except that you're not connected to your soul. And that's the scariest thing, that as humans, we have the ability to lie. To lie to ourselves and be in denial, and to lie to others. But before we can come back home to ourselves, we have to get honest about the ways that we're abandoning ourselves. So I ask you, how are you lying to yourself? Or choosing things that you know do not feel right in your spirit? When are you saying yes when you mean no? When are you pushing instead of flowing? I know I had heard the voice of my intuition and I had ignored it time and time again. But eventually I heard the voice, and the pain of staying stuck was far too great to not listen. And finally I started to listen to it. But it wasn't this like magical one-time thing. It was an internal voice that I kept on messing up, and I kept on falling off track, and I kept on falling off track. But each time I heard the voice of my soul stronger and stronger and stronger. Because I remember a lot of times I would hear talks and they would be like, and I just heard this magical voice one time and everything changed. And for me, it wasn't like that. For me, it was much more complicated and intricate. It was many, many, many ups and downs. Because healing is very, very rarely a linear process. Whatever regrets you've had in your life, whatever feelings of shame or pain, just know that these tools can be used to either destroy you or to open you up, to uncover the voice of the feminine, to hear and reconnect to the voice of your truth. And our darkest moments contain the most light. Our darkest moments contain the most light. I think that that's the way the divine tricks us and keeps all this light stuck inside and stored in these dark moments. And the more we heal, we crack open that box and the light shines. Mm-hmm. So I heard directions from my soul, and here are some of them that I want to share with you today. Number 1, get honest about the ways that you're disconnecting from yourself. You see, the way I see it is that we're an altar. We are this altar. And we often put things on our altar that don't belong. Do you choose to put broken bones of exes that no longer deserve to be there? Or words from people that have put you down on your altar? Or do you put flowers and people that bow when they see you in reverence of the truth of who you are as Diosa? Number 2, say no when you mean no, and say yes when you mean yes. So when you connect to this voice of your soul, I want you to ask her, where are the places? Help me remove the Maya, the illusion, off of my eyes. Where are the places in my life where I'm choosing to ignore the truth? Where am I not looking? And when you hear your soul say, yes, do that thing, it feels good for you. Take that salsa lesson, write that post, talk to this person, walk away from this relationship, that you adhere to the voice of your soul. and that you allow it to be your compass through everything. Number 3, make space for your soul. So a lot of times we think that our soul is not speaking to us, but really is that we haven't made time for our soul. So where are the moments that you feel your soul most ignited? Maybe it's near the water, maybe it's in prayer, maybe it's in meditation, maybe it's when you listen to reggaeton like me. Maybe it's when you're with your tribe and your sisterhood, right? But wherever those moments are, collect them and write them down. Write down the moments where you feel your soul so lit up and you're like, yes, I feel God in this moment. I feel good in this moment. Those are the moments that we want to collect and do more of. And so I want to share a very special breathwork technique that's part of my practice. So everyone, if you could just quickly stand up and join me. And this is called Bhastrika, or Transformational Power Breath. This is a tool and a medicine that I give to you all to use it so that you can tap into your power and come back home to yourself. So we're going to inhale in, hands above head, feet grounded firmly. Oh my God, you guys look so beautiful. Inhale in, and you're striking it down. Ha! Good. Inhale in. Ha! 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 Look up to the sky. Ha! 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 Imagine all the light coming in. Ha! Now yes! 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 Say yes to what you want. Yes! Yes to love. Yes to power. Yes! 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 Think of all the things you want. Bring it into your body. Yes! 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 Sing it out loud. Love. Power. Community. Yes! 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 Fight more. Yes! 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 Hands above head. Feel the power that you just created. Close your eyes. Feel that energy tingling in your hand. Inhale in. Exhale out. It's also a good arm workout, so that's good. Bring your hands to your heart. Beautiful. And slowly sit back down. So that's Bhastrika. I want you guys to practice that. It's a super powerful tool. And you could do it every single day for energy and power to come back home to yourself. So last but not least is choosing soul-aligned relationships. Choosing soul-aligned relationships. And this is friends, business partners, romantic partners, and I like to call this finding your like-hearted people. You might think different, but you're like-hearted, like-spirited people. So for me, sisterhood is a huge part of that, and that is my soul medicine. And I created a movement called the Diosa Tribe, and I want to share a quick video with you all now. This is for you, Diosas, my sisters, for you who once thought you were broken beyond repair, for you who believed the lies of unworthiness that you were fed, for you whose shame became cloth and whose shadows became comfort, you who have chosen to rise. You find yourself here, divinely led, to heal, to rise, to serve among like-hearted women. A fierce sisterhood of raw, real, authentic women who will love you until you can love yourself. This is for you. A tribe where you are loved, supported, seen, and held. Take the leap and come back home to you. Cry, laugh, dance, it's all welcome here. A safe space for you to finally be you, to finally be free. Welcome, Diosa. You are home. This is truly my greatest gift that I've been gifted by the divine, is this sisterhood. So I want to leave you all with this. May we remember that a woman that's connected to her soul is a woman that not only heals herself, but heals the planet. A woman that is connected to her soul is not only a woman that heals herself, but heals the planet. And your soul home is a place that you can come back to time and time again, no matter what. Thank you.